Okay, so I do appear to be live now. Alrighty, so yeah. So as I explained in the little channel updatey video that you may or may not have seen, and yeah, I decided that I'm going to try and start doing more regular streaming, and I decided to start up a new map because the previous one was just getting a little too frustrating in certain aspects, and I wasn't enjoying it. And I think that my annoyance was coming through in my video quality as well. So I've decided that I'm going to start up a new map. So yeah. So yeah. So let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and set up most of this to go together well, but we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to okay, so first things first, I'm going to clear out what roads I can here. Give myself as much room as I can without demolishing bits of the city. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and have a cargo station here that like attaches directly to the harbor. And then I'm probably going to, because that's not going to be enough cargo capacity, cargo station capacity. So I'm probably later going to add in maybe like another goods yard, maybe like here going out maybe. And I think I'm going to do my passenger here to leave room for it all. And then probably tram stuff in the middle here maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so didn't mean to do that because that house, well, that cost me a bit of money, but not too horribly much. So yeah, so yeah, we're not going to be shipping anything back into here to begin with, I believe, but I am going to start setting up my thing. So yeah. So yeah, from here I'm going to eventually need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm going to need 6 passenger platforms. So I'm going to do 6, but I'm going to start it really short. And then I'm only going to expand out like the outside bit of this. Like just enough to stop the city from encroaching on it. And I'm definitely going to want this to be a main road sooner rather than later, so before I put this in, I'm going to just whack that much of it up to the big road before I limit myself. And then let's do it just a little bit that way. There, yeah, that's lined up pretty nice. And I'm probably going to wind up putting some bigger buildings over here once this is a gigantic station, but yeah. And then let's go ahead and pop in the headquarters before I get... I doubt the depot is going to fit into that area. Yeah, nah. I probably can fit the depot in nicely about there. Yeah, and that depot should be able to successfully service, like, all my lines as time goes on. So yeah, and now I'm not going to be growing these cities anytime soon. So I think that all I'm going to do for now is just to be safe, I'm going to block off expansion. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it there. Actually, I'm just going to take this, no, not there, I'm going to take this down the side of that road. And I said I'm not actually building this to use it, I'm just building this purely to not let stuff build up here. So I'm going to put that in like that. I'm going to do a similar thing there, and then grant like down around this to cut this bit off. And I know this is a little bit money wasty, but I think it will be better for me than having to level big bits of the town when I start building up my big cargo thing. Actually, I kind of like that road, but I'm gonna block it off from getting bigger. No, not snap. There we go. So yeah, basically I'm claiming that plot of land for my own stuff. I want to move this, keep this far enough away from the seashore that I don't spend a ton of money on land. There we go. I mean, yeah, that cost me, you know, a decent amount of money, but I'd say it is worth it for the money I'll save from not having to build that up. And I think I'll actually, no, I'm gonna need a tram thing in here anyway. So that's what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and start my tramminess. So. Yeah, I think this is eventually going to go out both sides, but for now, I'm just going to put it in. Just to stop roads from building up this way, off of that. Although, now with that there, it won't really matter too much. You know? Yeah, I'm not going to do anything else here for now. But just to help define the size on this. I'm gonna go ahead and put in some more platforms along the side there so I don't accidentally whack into it with the depot access. So let's see, that's 3. I think I'll probably want at least maybe 5. Now let's put 6 on. That'll hold even the biggest passenger trains I might do. And then just to make this neat and tidy, I'll put those 2 in so I can start getting all my depot access nice. So yeah, I think I'll go ahead and build up that whole end. So, yeah, and the track is cheap enough that I think I'll just put, now let's see, is the track cheaper than the platform? Let's see, 19,000 versus 20,000 and a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna just do this and then I'll delete the extra tracks so that I don't have to pay maintenance on them. And then 1, 2, station 1. Come on. Yeah, auto saves will be auto saves. Oh, and yeah, and any of you who happen to be here will probably notice down there in the bottom corner that I have a video uploading, and that is because I have a video uploading. I know, how smart. But seriously though, that video is me actually making this map and also discussing like the mods and stuff I'm gonna use. And it's a bit bland and boring, but if you're, you know, stuck at quarantine and miserable and just want something, anything to do, it is something. But yeah. So yeah, that'll be my depot access track, and I'm gonna just make the junction here. So yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have at least 2 of these tracks are just gonna go around that way. And this is right in the station. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just do it like super tight and try and get around that mountain there. Yeah. And these two are probably just going to connect to the depot with a double slip. And then the rest of them are going to feather into a bit of double track that's going to head that way. It's going to be passenger. Oop. Wish I could disable mouse scroll. Oh yeah, periods up, commas down. And I am going to go ahead and delete the extra little bit there and place it in again. But well, actually, no, that's level enough. Well, no, because that's going to be changing. Well, first things first, I need to make sure that both of those can double slip. And then neither of them can double slip. Good going. Actually, I think I'm going to do this in 2 bits. I'm going to do one bit that's going to come from like up there that I'm going to use. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have... There we go. There we go. That's what I want. And that'll give depot access to the stuff going off to the far left. Then I'm going to do another one that's just going to directly tie into all of this. It's going to be for the far right. And for now, I'm just going to put, I'm just going to put this whole bit in, but I'm only actually going to run one of these tracks out to where I'm going to start. I think my starting stuff is going to be, actually, for starter, I'm going to want trams or trucks shuttling there. So actually, no, I don't even need to do this yet. Eventually, I might put a little shunter train there, but for now, I actually don't need any of that. I need my road depots in. But I'm going to do my usual thing and have a nice, tight little setup with all my land vehicle depots just nicely in one place. And I think I am going to do something slightly different. I'm going to grab a street here. No, I don't. I want just a regular bit of street. And I think I'm actually going to put in my headquarters back here. Just a bit out of the way. Stuff will build up around it, of course, but and I think that, because I don't want it all the way out at the end there, so I think I'm actually going to have to extend that road a bit just to be able to get this in. There we go. And that's that minimum distance there. And I'm going to continue this out a little bit. And then I'm just going to slap my headquarters in right there because I like to put that in right from the get-go. And I might do some, like, pretty scenery stuff up here, but yeah, that's my headquarters with all the depots, and that's all the land vehicle depots I ever intend to have. I don't think I have any cargo trams yet. No, just the 3 passenger ones. So I'm going to need, well, first things first, I want to come up here and actually set up this line. So this is probably just going to be, you know, one of my little runabout type things. And then I'm going to have a delivery into here. And that should be a good initial line. And then that'll keep my company afloat while I work on my bigger stuff. So yeah, let's see, that's going. Yeah, so we're gonna just chuck these in on some of the flatter land here, right next to each other. One left and one right. It's just right there. They're not very level, but that's okay. And let's see, this one needs an exit. And this one will need an entrance. And I'm using these dirt ones because these are out in the middle of nowhere. I think I'm gonna also go ahead and swap those out for. Oh. Apparently doesn't want to let me put a one-way there, but it will let me do that, so sure. See, that one needs to be an entrance if it'll let me, which it won't, so two-way. And then just a little bit of road connecting those two, and then I'll just chuck some vehicles on. And that won't be like super profitable, but it'll be nice and it'll get this up and running, which is the biggest thing. And then I'm going to put in another, just, oh no, I don't want train, I want, well actually, you know what, I think I'm going to get started on my really trainy thing. And I think I'm actually going to try and show off some of the little tramway type stuff that I have. Although, it'd be real noisy though. You know what? Sure. Why not? It'll be fun. So yeah. Move on. Cargo's terminus, super short, one track. And we're... Oh, okay, no, it does... Oh, lovely. Well, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so apparently that all 6 items mod did activate. But it didn't actually display on that stuff. Okay, for now I'm just gonna set up as if nothing were weird, but at some point here, yeah, I think as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to try seeing if I can take that mod out and see what it'll do. Let's see, can I get this in only leveling 1 building? Not with that end bit, I can't. So, if I turn it around, and then I level that and put on the smaller one though, then I can probably take out only 1 building. And let's take out that one. And it's not gonna let me, is it? You know, I'm just gonna knock down. I'm just gonna go ahead and take out 2 buildings. I'm gonna make sure that they're all yeah, this is definitely though gone. Yeah, this is not what I'd intended to have, but whatever. I might just have to play with all the cities demanding everything for this whole run. Although, if that is the case, I might just end this one and start up a new map. But for now, we'll just play as if nothing's wrong and see what happens if I take the mod out, and if it doesn't break everything, which is honestly a pretty good possibility, then I will try and still run this map. So yeah, I think I'm gonna need to put it on this side just so I have... Actually, no, that won't give me any expansion room anyways. Yeah, I'll put it right in there. And this is just going to be, as I said, a little tramway using some of the very small early game engines. Let's see. And I am eventually going to need a cargo route coming out there anyway. And a passenger route coming out there anyway as well. So yeah, actually that's probably what I'll do, is I'll go ahead and... Come on, you. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and make this 2-track, or yeah, put on a passenger platform over here. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to put the passenger stuff in straight off, but this will make it a little easier to, just for, oh, words. This will make it a little easier to get my track laid out the way I'm going to want it in the future. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Yeah, I think we're going to put in green with the oh, are they... I need to check something real quick. Okay, yeah. And this is going to be a problem too. I have enough things that add categories there. But, okay, just gonna see. Oh, it was probably just because it was, I don't know. It was just doing something weird. Now, for now, I'm just going to do this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put in one of the, put in one of those. Yeah, just to add a little bit of interest to that. There we go. And this will help define the double track. And I'm going to need a bypass on this station. See, I think we'll do. No, you want a smoother curve there, so let's start there and zoom in, and I'm going to try and get a fairly high-speed curve here. So I try and future-proof a lot of this stuff, even if it's going to be slow to begin with. There we go. And then that is going to be, if it'll go in, nah, I'm going to have to take it out a bit first, but that's going to go just straight into here. Yeah, oh, it misses that by a bit. And I'm going to put that in, and then I'm going to build up the junction here. And I understand that, you know, doing a train there is like stupidly unnecessary, especially in, you know, 1850. But I don't know. I said I have a decent amount of tramway stuff that I've put in, and yeah, I'm gonna redo this. Actually, no, I'm gonna add more to this junction at some point here. Although, actually, no, I think I'm gonna want the crossovers all before the actual junction. So let's put that out for a bit, and I'm gonna get in a half-decent crossover. Then I'm gonna put this in to, yeah, I'm gonna need to go this way, but yeah, I'm gonna put this in to avoid that. If it'll actually snap in instead of snapping to the side, like that. Because I need all of this to be avoided by the depot track. There we go. And we can just do a double slip on the depot track, that's fine. And that's enough to get my train up into there. And I'm gonna add on the second track and everything at some point here, but so yeah, that's gonna be just a little stone delivery line. And actually, I'm gonna start my thing of actually naming my stations. So this will be okay, so this is going to be yeah, because those two are effectively one thing. So this is going to be didn't mean to want to delete. So this is going to be how did the game spell that? Silston, okay. Silston Stone 1 is what I'm going to name that station. And this is going to be not Silston Sidings. Oh no, that this one's going to be Silston Brickworks. And then this one, oh no. Oh. Something was in that, no, this one is going to be Silston Stone 2. And then this one is Silston Brickworks. And then I'm going to actually name this line. Okay, so first things first, you need to keep up the naming convention. So this is Road Freight Silston Stone Shuttle, because it's just shuttling back and forth, just being a depot, being a radius extender. So yeah, we have the Silston Stone Shuttle, which is also a wonderful bit of alliteration, and we're going to have this line, which is Silston Brickworks to Silston Cargo. Let's actually spell it right. There we go. Silston Brickworks to Silston Cargo. I'm gonna properly rename this. So this is Silston Cargo, and then the passenger bit of it will just be Silston. And yes, I noticed that it put a 0 in there. There we go. And then now we're going to buy just a little tramway type engine from this stuff. I think, let's see, so these guys are interesting. Here, let's get out of it and back in. So these guys are interesting, but like even that, like not, those two are interesting, but they're really slow and really low power. This one's technically a passenger train, but it's also, I think, the cheapest, so at least, unless one of the newest ones I pulled up are. This is one of the cheapest engines I've ever seen, which makes it useful for those sorts of shunts. See, this one I just added. So these are two variants on the same engine. So it actually looks like, yeah, this is basically theoretically a upgraded version that they added additional wheels to, because the original was unstable. But in terms of game stuff, it's actually got, well, it has better tractive effort and better emissions, but worse speed and worse weight. You know, I think that emissions is pretty critical here. But that's all. And actually, I think that is, no, that's a lot more expensive than the other one. Yeah. And novelty here is also pretty cheap, with 75 emissions, and this one is 79, but stupidly cheap. I think that I'm going to go with this one because it's got half decent speed and better emissions, even if it is like half again the power and therefore half again the cost. I think I'm going to go with this. And actually I'm going to do my color scheme thing. So I think that I'm not sure if I want to do a freight livery for everything and then a passenger livery for everything, or if I want to do things based on line color. I think that starting out, though, just because it's easier, I'll do a freight livery and a passenger livery. So I think I'm going to do my... Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this like mauve type color for my freight, and then my normal sea green for passenger. So, and then we need, yeah. So yeah, this has some of the these like early type things. So this is, oh yeah, these are ones that I grabbed more recently. So apparently there's two instances of this. Yeah. And then we've got these like little grain type ones for tramway stuff than my usual, but these, because of the high speed, are going to have a much higher cost. And we've got these generic ones that we could use. We could use like that one. Or, no, that's actually a London Northwestern specific. We could use that one, which is cheaper. And let's see. Although I think I'm going to go with, although these will actually severely limit the speed. So no, I think I'm going to actually go with, see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with these L&MR all-purpose wagons, because I don't think these are actually all-purpose. They show individual things, not just all cargo, but they do hold... Let's see if I can figure out what they... Well, they seem to be pretty all-purpose to me. I don't know. Maybe they are just... Maybe, I'm guessing the map or the mod person put these in for all the basic stuff rather than just saying all cargo, so that they can't be used for like modded in cargo. I don't know. But both of these appear to be Oh, okay, so there is a different one. So yeah, that's London Northwestern. I think that one's... I don't know what that one is, but... Yeah, we'll go with this one. So, and then we'll want, like... Yeah, I mean, look, it's already down to poor, but this doesn't have exactly a lot of grade. Let's see. Yeah, that actually is pretty bad. I think we are going to put on the slightly bigger engine. Let's see. That one's got pretty good emissions, and it's still a fairly small, cheap one. I mean, we obviously have like some of these bigger ones, but I'd like to look at some of these small ones, like really small ones that I have. Actually, I actually haven't looked at this one yet at all. Now that one's also really small. Yeah, this one's kind of cool because it's an American, really early one, but let's see. We could also do like one of these guys. Actually, yeah, I actually think I am gonna want a bit of power. And this one's another funky one that I can grab. So yeah, we'll go with that one, and we'll take it down till it's mediocre. And we'll probably wind up putting more stuff in back engine. Ooh, and I want a brake van too. So yeah, it's still mediocre though, so that's good. And then this is going to go on the one line we have, and then we want the road depot. And I think I'm going to start with these guys are probably the most efficient. So I'm going to get like 5 of them to start, and that should handle it for quite some time. So yeah, let's start her up. And definitely looks interesting in the dull purple, but yeah, I decided though that I did want to do at least some stuff running these really odd old engines, just because. But yeah, I've never been a huge fan of the of 3-axle style wagons, but it is nice that I do have an even lower speed and cost universal wagon available. Yeah, and there's the horse and carts. But yeah, this one does actually have some decent speed too, so it's almost certainly going to beat them there. Let's go in and manage the line and tell it to, at the brickworks, we want you to wait until full. But yeah, as it is kind of cool though seeing like some of these very interesting oddball engines while the design of steam engines was still kind of being figured out. Like in this one, you can actually see here that the engine is driven and the water is done at this end. But if you look really carefully here, that's where coal is added to the firebox. And it, as best I can tell, the firebox is but as best I can tell here, the firebox is actually at this end, and the tubes basically run through and then back again and then up, which is interesting to say the least. I mean, I'm not actually sure, but I don't know, it just definitely an interesting design. Yeah, and this is going to sit here Not for too long, because those guys are already almost here to start bringing in stone. But yeah. While I should have immediately gone in here and paid off as much of my loan as I could, but didn't lose too much to loan interest in that wait. Yeah, we're already pretty low though, so I think I'm gonna probably run this for at least a little while I get enough money built up to do much else. But yeah, eventually this little shuttle bit is probably gonna have like 3 or 4 cargo trams on it rather than these wagons, just for efficiency. Yeah, I prefer the cargo trams well over the road stuff, just simply because basically having a smaller number of larger vehicles tends to be a little more efficient on these sorts of, or on most of them, on most of the routes. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, you can see that this guy's already getting close to half full. See, I think we'll follow this guy for a little while, at least until he makes his first couple of runs and we start getting in some actual money. And with any luck, he's a small enough train to actually be profitable, and it doesn't spend most of its time sitting and waiting. But yeah, this is not, long distance, so I don't expect this to be particularly profitable, but it was cheap to put in, and it'll be fairly cheap to run. And it lets us, have a little bit of fun with some of this really early stuff while we're, still in 1850. Yeah, and we're now getting into 1851. I think I am going to try and play through this whole thing running at full date speed. Yeah, it still isn't profitable, but I'm guessing a lot of that money lost was in coming over here, since it's paid for most of itself just there. So as long as it isn't sitting for too long waiting on the brickworks. See, it looks there like it's got 20. Yeah. Yeah, it is only gonna half fill up when it gets back, but yeah, that's because this town is still small, but that mod made it accept everything here. I mean, yeah, and all of this, all the area that wants bricks is covered by this station. Although it won't be for long, but well, actually, no, that wouldn't be covered. But yeah. Yeah, this guy's almost full up, and as soon as he is, he'll head off. And it is actually better. I mean, it would be better to have, the rate perfectly balanced, but it's better to have him wait and then go than to, just go when you are under rate. It does work out a bit better. But yeah. Well, yeah, and we can tell here that this guy is actually becoming profitable now, so I don't think, though, that guy's going to be enough to justify all of this rail infrastructure we have. Now the real question is, would a passenger train actually be profitable at this point? Like, because, yeah, I mean, it would be able to bring, yeah, that's only hooked up to commercial and industrial, and this one is mostly hooked up to residential. So that would actually give me some profit, but I don't think it would be enough to be profitable. Yeah, I think that the fact that this is all mixed is actually kind of messing me up here, so I actually am going to go ahead and yeah, I'm going to save this as a backup. And then I'm going to, once this is done saving, and you can tell when it's done saving because, like with the auto saves, everything freezes while it's saving. And I'm actually going to try reloading from the backup with the all 6 thing turned off. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to turn infinite money on for a bit and go through and delete all of the buildings that aren't right. Let's see, and the one I'm looking for should either, let's see, shipping containers, no costs. So oh yeah, I moved it all the way up to first loaded because it said to have it before a lot of other stuff. So I'm actually going to turn that clear off and pull this up and see if this, because this might just crash entirely. We'll have to see. But with any luck, this should reset all of my industry and commercial buildings to not be just asking for random stuff. Because, yeah, I thought that I'd be able to, like, pick which towns would have all 6 demands, and it would just give more demand slots, like in the editor, and that I'd be able to turn some of them off. But that's not what it did. So yeah, we're going to do this, and we're going to see what the things are asking for right now. And if it's fixed itself, then we'll just keep on going like nothing happened. But if it hasn't fixed itself, also, I can't tell whether my thing is actually, yeah, it's still going. Okay, good. But yeah, so now that this is up, let's go ahead and just, yeah. The easiest way to do this is to just pull up a station building. And nope, everything is still all mixed up. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it. And just, yeah, I'm actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it and 119,828. I'll just round that up to 120,000 to make my brain easier. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to delete everything that has a mismatched demand. Okay, so yeah, we have some that are having like 2 demands, but so long as they're both correct. So we need to get rid of those 2 and that one. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to set this... Oh, go away. I'm just going to set this to like a stupidly high number so that I can do as much destroying as I need to. And then when I'm done, I'm going to reset it back. Okay, so then that one and that one need to go. And then that one and those 2 need to go. And I'm going to do the rest of the towns either as we need to or all off screen. Because this is not the most interesting of content, at least I don't think so. But, yeah. So yeah. Oops. I don't know if that one needed to go or not, but all of this stuff does. And those 2 need to, and those 3 needed to. Yeah, I think in my main city, I'm not going to bother doing all of this because I'm going to be bringing everything into there anyway. So I'm just going to kind of let this stuff expire as it naturally goes away. Rather than go through and do a mass purge like this, I'm fine with having, you know, all the demands sort of willy-nilly distributed throughout my main city. At least, you know, initially. But for like the outlying stuff that I only want to have the 2 natural demands, I kind of need to do this or it winds up breaking the game a little bit. And I am okay with leaving in those things that are demanding twice as many goods. At least I'm assuming that's what having 2 of the same symbol means with this mod. I'm okay with leaving those, because those are just going to very slightly accelerate line profits, but having demands that aren't met by the same line as they normally would be, that will just drive all kinds of stuff screwy. But yeah, okay, so that's this city sorted out, and I'll probably wind up doing most of the other ones off camera after the stream. But for now, oh come on, you 120,000, and we were at slightly less than that, but we would have made a bit more money if the city wasn't broken. So this will work. And that's it. Once I'm done here, I'll fix it. And for a little bit, this is actually gonna ship even less. But this should fairly quickly start building itself up again. Like, it's now got way less workplaces and shopping facilities. So it should start building a bunch more. And hopefully it'll build them in instead of spreading even further out. But that's kind of just the price I have to pay for fixing this. So Anyway, yeah, so yeah, well, that's a thing that happened. But yeah, and I said, and I don't mind these guys being all funky. As things upgrade, they'll fix themselves theoretically, and even if they don't, I don't particularly mind. But with the mod disabled and most of the stuff deleted, it should, as it come back as, you know, all normal, which it is. Although, ooh, we missed a little machines factory there. I mean, yeah. Yeah, just to recoup my losses a little bit, I think I'm gonna get rid of a couple of those. That'll run the train a little faster, reduce costs, and I'll put them back on as they're actually needed. Yeah, we'll go ahead and follow this until we're... Oh, actually, it does say here that we're having positive earnings again. At least for a moment or two, so... Although that was probably from selling off the freight cars, huh? But, no. Hopefully I didn't just completely screw everything up doing that, but... Let's see. This town should... Because I didn't mess with the sizes or anything, it should grow back to have the same on those as it does for residents. And even now it's demanding 35 bricks. And this one has a line rate of 26. So even with not covering everything, that should be decently well balanced. And let's see, this is shipping 34. So yeah, that should stay fairly full, at least as time goes on. Well, that's actually even going up, probably because this is still growing more stuff. See, I might go ahead. Yeah, this section out here. I was saying I'm, at least in the later game, I'm going to try and keep my passenger and cargo lines separated. But at least for these first couple things, I don't really think I can afford to do that. See, do I want to get in my main cargo station and run bricks in? If I do that, I'm going to need to set up distribution within the city, though, and I don't think I have the money coming in fast enough to be able to afford that right now. I could probably take out a loan, but I'd rather not. But, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. We go in and look at the finances. Yeah, it's not saying anything's being particularly profitable right now. Because, I mean, we're making money on that, but we have enough infrastructure there that it's given us trouble. Yeah, unfortunately, demolishing... I don't remember if it still costs money. I know it at least used to. Oh no, it actually will let us demolish for free. So, yeah, I'm actually going to remove some of the stuff here. Just to cut costs a little bit. And then maybe, yeah, I could I could get rid of these depots, but if I do, I guarantee you something would build there, and then I'd have to demolish it. That. I wish there was like in transport fever there was like a, you know, turn off this building button. But I get why they don't do that, but still. No. Let's see. Yeah, we're still not profiting on either. This is profiting, but not enough to pay for like all that. No, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to go into here and I'm going to level a bunch of the bits of the station that aren't being used right now. Just to save a little bit of money. I wish I'd gone in and done this as soon as I placed the station, then I would have gotten back 75% of the building cost, as well as just not having to pay the maintenance. But for now, even just cutting down the maintenance is worthwhile. Yeah, so I'm just going to get rid of... I think I'm actually going to get rid of not all, but nearly all of both the platforms and the canopies. Not that one, because that would get rid of the building, and I need that to reserve space in the town. But I think I'm going to get rid of all of the rest of the platforms. And I'll leave in the tracks, though. But yeah, that'll help us be a little bit more profitable, because now we won't be hemorrhaging as much money into this station. And I think I'll leave in all of the tracks, because those I'd probably have to... I don't think those are worth removing. But cutting down this station probably would be, though. Yeah, then that actually will make the journeys a touch faster, too. And I can actually cut down on this one a bit. And yeah, and this is actually a, at least I'm pretty sure it's a buggy thing that it'll let you get away with terminus stations. Is like, with this, like if I get, like you can have those supported by just the track. And that'll also both shorten the journey and cut costs a little bit. But yeah. And I think that's about all the cost cutting I can actually afford to do. Yeah, we're still... No. Hey, at least it says that the railroad is being profitable now, and that wasn't just from me selling the stuff, I don't believe. Yeah, no, for this... Yeah, for this year, no, that is actually genuine profits. And as time goes on, that should only get better. Yeah, and I don't... yeah, okay, yeah, I think 35 probably is the max speed on that one. But yeah, it's not filling up completely whenever it pulls into the station here. But yeah. but it was shipping 55, and this one says it has a lot. Oh wow, that's rate 112. Wow, that is a lot. It's a lot more than I thought this was going to be. Okay. Yeah, once this drops off, I think I might actually chop another 2 wagons off of this. Although, that rate is fluctuating like crazy. But I can definitely afford to chop a wagon, though, that's for sure. Yeah, because when it got back, it filled up more than half full immediately, but not to 3/4. So yeah, we can run this with 3 wagons for now. It's a lot less than this engine can handle. If I were only going to do that, I probably should have just stuck with one of the smaller ones, but... Again, I'd like to be putting those at the depot, but unfortunately, they just auto-sell themselves if you don't put an engine on it, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, I could have tested it again, but... And this guy's running at his top speed for nearly the whole journey now, because he's so overpowered. We can see. Oh wow, it still says power rating mediocre, but that's still on flat, which this is fairly flat. He still reaches top speed in 39 seconds, so yeah. I will probably want, though, to add another couple of wagons as time goes on. Yeah, he is going fast enough to not be leaving stuff behind there, so that's good. And this is shipping a full 100, and these guys have a rate of, let's see, 240. So actually, we could afford to get rid of like 2 or 3 of these guys. And actually, I think I will send them send 2 of them into the depot. Or no, not. Send to depot. There we go. And that'll help cut costs by quite a bit. And hopefully with that, that'll be enough to... Yeah, our railroad isn't being profitable at the moment. Yeah, judging by that, we actually could have afforded to get rid of another car. You know, we aren't actually doing anything to grow that, so yeah, that one's going to have vehicles in it. Yeah, I'll get rid of that because we're not going to need it for a while, and that's just costing us money. That one I probably will need. I could strip some of the tracks out of this, but that wouldn't save me much. Let's see, are there any other just easy, quick things that I could chuck some trucks on to try and... Yeah, I think, no, you know what, I think I'm gonna have to strip out the, track here. Just because, quite frankly, that probably is costing me a decent bit of my, track maintenance is that stuff, and I'm not using it at all. And with any luck, that'll be fairly easy to put back in, so... Let me see, yeah, that guy did fill up completely full that time. So once he drops off, hopefully we'll have enough money to add another car on. Or actually, I think I might let a little bit build up first. Let's see. It says rate of 74, and that is shipping 80. Oh, and that's actually upgrading too, which will mean that this will run more, which means that I can send those 2 wagons back, which they actually haven't even made it to the depot, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, yeah, nope, you can go right on back. Sorry, guys. Should have just left you there. No, I'll leave that depot, though. No telling when I'm going to need to use it again. Because we do actually have stuff unlocked at that depot that is worth using. Yeah, I would have gotten the Carriage Works Road Depot, except that one would look really weird with the newer stuff, and the old one doesn't look weird with the older, and this one doesn't look weird with the older stuff. So yeah, we're actually better off, in my personal opinion anyway, using the more like 20th century looking depot with the older vehicles than using the older depot and keeping it on into the 20th century. So yeah, that's why I didn't bother with the full Carriage Works asset. I mean, it's nice, just, I said, I like to, you know, place one depot and leave it there, and that Carriage Works wouldn't be very good to use with, like, you know, for instance, modern buses. I mean, I don't use very many of them anyway, but still. Now says that our road has become profitable, at least temporarily, but as the stuff there is running very regularly, that should stay profitable if it is profitable. And this says we don't have any investments to throw stuff off from this year. Loan interest is still being a problem. That's actually our biggest expense right now, is loan interest. Usually this game doesn't have its loan interest very crippling, but in this stage of the game it can be. Yeah, actually I'm gonna borrow a bit because it's clear that stuff is starting to build up there, so let me see. So this is now shipping at a rate of 91, and this has a rate of 74. So yeah, one more wagon is definitely worth it. And I'll leave this one unpainted just because. Oh, I should have waited for it to get most of the way back. That would have been the smart thing to do. Oh, actually, let's see. Can I sell it at full price? Let's see. So that'll net. Yes, I can. So actually, I'm going to take that wagon back off, and I'm going to put it on. That's not off. And I'm going to put it back on right before this guy makes it into the station. That'll save me a little bit of money, which, at this point, everything. The things that I want to not be paying extra loan interest on 3 extra units of loan. I'll take out 1 unit of loan right when I need to. Yeah, it does say that I made a little bit of money those 2 years, but that's, you know, very little. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, blast. Borrow, pause. I need to put that extra wagon on and then turn him around real quick. So yeah, let's start her back up again. This guy's gonna pull back into the station and grab enough for 5 units of bricks to run into town. And hopefully he'll get me enough money dropping it off before I pay too much in expenses that I can repay that bit of loan. Because as of right now, I really can't particularly afford that extra interest. I really paid a little bit in expenses, but this guy can get me, like, and I doubt he'll get me that 87,000 in one go, but if he does, by any stroke of good luck. Nope. Although right now, at least for a, small moment before it, paid my maintenance, it was saying that both things were being profitable. Yeah, and those big numbers there from taking that, cheaty loan out to level all those buildings. But I kind of did need to do that. Still, we actually do seem to be doing slightly better now, or we at least appear to be managing to pay for ourselves so far. Yeah, most of that cost there is from the buying of the additional wagon. So hopefully we're at least breaking even and preferably being slightly profitable now. And if that guy goes for a few more runs, maybe we'll have made enough profit that I can look at investing in some other stuff. Let's go over here and see real quick. Yeah, it's still not shipping out enough to justify adding another car onto here. Yeah, that's actually rate matched about right. Yeah, this guy should be, just barely totally filling up every time he gets back for a while now. But yeah, we do seem to be very, very slowly, mind you, digging ourselves out of debt. Might take us a few years, but I think we'll do it. But I definitely don't want to borrow any money right now, that's for sure. That would only make the situation worse. Although if I could, unfortunately this map didn't really start out with any good cash grabs except for this one that I kind of screwed up. And I very much had to gut most of what infrastructure I did put down just to not, horrifically lose money. Let's see. Okay, so maintenance infrastructure, that should be just the depot. So, or no, that's the depot and both of those stations. So actually, I think I'm gonna keep that up. But I think I'm gonna go over here to the depot, and next time it spends money. So that's losing me 83. Oh wow, yeah, that station here, even mostly stripped, is losing me a lot, isn't it? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and level basically everything. I'm gonna take out the main building there, which is probably costing me a lot. Take out that. I'm gonna leave in, yeah, because I don't want to start completely over. So I'm going to leave in that platform and that bit of track. And I'm just going to rip out all the rest. Because but with those two, that'll save it as a station. And I'm going to leave that because that's part of the depot track. And I'm going to leave that one because that's probably going to be the easiest to turn into a passenger line quickly. But all the rest of that I'm ripping out. Just because I can't afford to keep paying that maintenance. Yeah, now it's down from a couple of thousand to 600 each time. I believe it pays that monthly. So yeah, and I think that we've got a extra building here. An extra an extra side passenger building here that we can rip out. And if I'm doing that, I can also tear that bit out. And that should also save us a bit of money. So yeah. Yeah, those big... Yeah, having a bunch of unnecessary buildings, while it's real great for, you know, later on, at this stage of the game, we just can't afford it. Yeah, that guy's saying rate 112, that guy's saying rate 96, but it's still building up on that platform a little bit right now. So it might be worth it to add another car, but... I think adding another car would increase my profitability for a little bit, but then it would reduce it as soon as that backlog was gone, and that wouldn't take very long, so I'm not going to. If I could have just pulled one out of storage instead of paying for it, I would have, but not in this situation. But yeah, we are digging ourselves out of debt now, so that'll work. And actually, if stone is building up over there now, the shipment there should have doubled to 200 because this leveled up. Yeah. But they are keeping up with it barely, so... Well, actually, not barely they aren't, but they're close enough to keeping up with it that it's worth just leaving them run. Yeah, they are keeping up. So yeah, that's actually about perfectly balanced. So yeah, right now we'll just leave this guy run. He might actually get us above the $500,000 to repay part of the loan. I think right now the main thing we need to do is just let stuff run for a while, try and mostly repay that, you know, massive crippling loan. And then I think we're gonna look into doing a big push to set up our some of our station stuff in the main city. Because we don't have anything quick enough yet to really make passenger traffic worthwhile. Or at least nothing small enough, quick enough to make passenger traffic worthwhile. And there really aren't any other good cash grabs that wouldn't take a huge amount of investment. I'm guessing that once we get most of the loans down, I might do a big, longer distance oil train from those like triple oil wells. I don't know if I'm going to pass it through the cargo station or not, but I'm going to probably do, yeah, because the refinery, one of the oil refineries is right next to the fuel refinery, so that I can do pretty easily. Just pass it into there and then do another little round shuttle like I did with the carts. By then I'll probably be able to put a single cargo tram on it, one or two of them. But yeah, and that'll actually be real profitable because I can get, you know, several stages of it, and one of them will be stupidly long instead of this one where everything is really close. see. Yeah, and we're a couple of years into this, so yeah, it is saying we've been profitable the past 2 years, both in road and rail, and it's overcoming the loan interest with no investment. So yeah, we are getting, yeah. Yeah, we'll be able to pay it off by the end of this financial year. So that's good. Or at least one unit of it. We're still at, 5 million of loans, but the more we've paid it off, the faster we can pay off. So that'll help. And since I am probably going to have to leave this run for a while, I might actually just pause the date and run it for a bit off stream, because I'm guessing that, listening to me sit here and ramble on about how we're going to pay it off soon, I swear, probably not the most interesting, and since I don't have anyone chatting in the live chat right now anyway, I doubt there's, too much of a point to keep running this live right now. So yeah, I think that I'm going to go ahead and shut down the actual streaming bit, and I'm going to let this, just run on for a while, and then I'm going to fix all the cities off camera, get rid of the messed up demanding buildings, and then once I've let this thing run for long enough to get my loan back, then I'll probably go ahead and invest in something larger that'll make me money a lot quicker. Because right now we are very much, paycheck to paycheck, and that's not going to be particularly fun for you guys as the viewing audience. So, well, bye, and hopefully this playthrough will become a lot more interesting as it continues.